Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Smiling Derivation, or Smiling DRV if you want to shorten it up. On today's video, I'm going to be doing a mukbang. I got some sushi here, and I'm starving because I haven't ate all day. I got some sushi here, and just some Lay's chips, and a cool blue Gatorade. So for today's story time, I'm trying to sit here and think, like, what I could do for a story time that's not, like, dramatic, basically, because as I told you, when I'm ready, I'm not ready yet. Probably very shortly I'll be ready, but I do want to do the story and the whole get down with I had 5 children and they were removed to CWS. God, you know, that was a whole long process. They ended up getting adopted out and all that, and I just want to do that video. But today, because I'm really hungry and that takes a lot of me thinking, I just want to tell a little fun story. So today's story time mukbang is going to be first time I shoplifted. So basically I think I was like 13 or 14 years old, something like that. Maybe not, maybe like 12, I'm not sure. But I have 2 play cousins who, if one is watching, she knows who she is, and the other one, she was just kind of like a play cousin. We don't speak to each other anymore. We fell out because her mother is the main person responsible behind what happened with my children, and probably her herself, I don't know. But we don't talk anymore. But it was my brother's birthday, which is crazy because like every year, my brother, I'm 30, about to be 35 in February. I'm Aquarius. My brother is 3 years old, younger than me. So that means he's like, what, 32? And so every like birthday year, this story gets brought up, or just like sitting at dinner, my mom will like randomly bring it up to torture me and say that I ruined my little brother's birthday party, which is not true. I still claim my innocence. But anyway, this what happened. So it was my brother's birthday. So my mom had a little get together at our house. My brother was supposed to have a sleepover that night, but we'll get to that, why the sleepover never happened and what I'm blamed for. So she had like a little get together at our house, you know, snacks, food, drinks, music, all that, little birthday party. And she invited my play aunt and the play cousin. So, and some other people from like our complex or whatever to, you know, come over and chill, just so my brother could have some people over on his birthday. And so the play aunt will call her Aunt V, and the play cousin will call her Cousin G. They came over with their kids. We'll call them Cousin K and Cousin B. They came over with their brothers because there's Aunt V had 2 kids, and Cousin D or Cousin G had like 3 kids. She had more kids than that, but she had 3 kids with her, and I think she only bought 2 of them at the time. And then there was some neighborhood kids, and Cousin G's boyfriend, that they had just become boyfriend and girlfriend. We'll call him Uncle D. So anyway, they all come over. We're all kicking it. And so when my mom and Aunt V and Cousin G get together, it is never, we just get to relax as kids. Like, parents are like this. I don't know why, but we never just get to relax. Like, they try to turn it into adult day or try to make the older kids, you know, be busy doing something else. And cousin G liked to like send us on store trips that didn't make no kind of sense. Probably just to get us at the house, give us something to do, which that day we really didn't need nothing to do because there was a whole function going on. But anyway, she was the queen of like sending us to the store to get her some whatever she needed, and then like giving us like 50 cents or whatever, because that was back in the day. So, you know, stuff didn't cost much. Candy bar was like 89 cents or something. This is still when like McDonald's still had like 35-cent cheeseburger. So she would give us a little bit of change to get her stuff or whatever. And that day, she sent us to the store for something. It was like a store that was around the corner. They knew all of us because I had grown up in that neighborhood, and they knew cousin K and cousin B because they always were at my house. So they always seen them at that store because cousin G always sent us over there for stuff. So we were always there. Anyway, we go to the store. Let me take a bite. When we go to the store, I don't even remember what we're going for. That's not the point. But cousin K and cousin B were like stealing stuff, basically. And I was little Miss Goody Two Shoes because I was raised in church. Like, not to say that they weren't. We were all church kids. Not the same church, but our mothers were all like that. So they raised in church. I'm raised in church. So it's that like teenage rebellion where you're like, you don't want to, I guess they didn't want to be goody and trying to prove that they're all bad or whatever. So they were stealing like all these snacks. And me, like out of the two of them, I was like a hella, or at least I tried to be like a hella goody two shoes. Like, I'm not doing this. Cause like I think the one time I had stolen in the past when I was little, like smaller, and my mom beat the brakes off me, and it like stuck with me. Plus, like I said, I grew up in church, so I was always like, I'm going to hell if I do this. So I was like hecka awesome goody girl two shoes crap. So cousin K and cousin B are in there racking up their snacks, and I'm like, and I'm in the middle of them because cousin K is older than me, and cousin B was younger than me. So I was in the middle. And so cousin B followed whatever cousin K did, plus she was already bad anyway, and cousin K was like the teenager out of all of us who we just thought the sun rose and shine off of. So they're in there doing their thug thistle, raking up the snacks. I'm in the corner like, I don't want to take nothing, because I'm thinking like, dang, if my mama finds out, I'm gonna get in trouble. I don't want her to tell the whole, like, I don't want her, because you know how moms are, where, like, especially when you're a church kid, they tell the whole church on you. Like, you can't just get in trouble at home. No. You got to have the whole body of the Lord knowing that you done committed a sin. So, cousin B and cousin K is racking up their snacks. And I'm over there sitting in the corner like, okay, maybe I can finagle them. Like, I don't actually have to take anything. Maybe I can just finagle one of them to rack up some snacks for me. So I went over to cousin B first because she was younger than me. And I thought, oh, she'll do it. And she basically was like, nah, chick, you on your own. And then when that didn't work, I went over to big cousin K and was like, can you take me some stuff too? And I'm whining and being all bratty or whatever. And she was like, no, if you want it, you get it yourself. And so that was when I had that contemplation moment. Sushi is so good. It makes me so happy. Happy food, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna drink some of this Gatorade. I like this cool blue flavor a lot. I try to get the blue one more than red. I think that's just a stereotypical thing because I don't want people to be like, you're only drinking that because black people like red drinks. Whatever. I'm gonna take a sip. Okay, so back to my story. Where was I? So yeah, after I couldn't finagle Cousin K, I was just like, okay, moment of truth. You're gonna have to steal something if you want it. And I don't even know why we were stealing, actually, because all of us had money on us. Like, now that I'm thinking about this was all just retarded. I want to be cool and just not obey the rules type of stuff because we all had money on us. So after Cousin K said no, I'm like, what is something that I think that I can get away with stealing? And I had on like these overalls because I was really into overalls then. With like a big pocket right here, and then like a little, it had like a big pocket and a little pocket. So that was at the time where like those little tiny bag of chips were like popping. I think they were like 30 cents or 50 cents, something like that. Those little bags of chips. So I was like, dang, they won't steal me nothing, and I want something, but I'm not gonna take a whole bunch of stuff. So what can I take that's small and that I won't get caught? And I'm not knowing all this time, like the store man done clocked them already. So he's just watching me at this point because I'm the only one hasn't done anything. So I go to the little chip stand and I'm probably looking suspicious and looking around and being all someone you would watch in a store. And I just picked up, I think it was like some Doritos or whatever the chips were that were in there. And I like stuffed them down my overalls and walked toward the door. And then the part that like gets me messed up every single time, and when I'm like, oh my God, you're so stupid. And like, I think about it today, like I wonder if he'd have just let me walk out the door, or was he gonna like catch me right then? I get outside the store, halfway back to my house, because I only lived around the corner. And then there's like an alleyway on this side to where I could cut through the alley. But my mom, you know, she didn't like us to do that because we didn't live in a bad neighborhood, but we didn't live in no neighborhood where she wanted us walking, you know, through the alleys and stuff, because it wasn't a bad neighborhood, but they still did little stuff over there. Like they had drug dealers or whatever. So it just wasn't as bad as like other areas, but it was bad, but it wasn't like bad. Like I didn't have to worry about going outside and getting shot bad, but it was still, you know, I needed to watch my surroundings. So my mom was like, don't take the alley. So I get outside of the store. I'm halfway back to my house. And then that little church girl is like, nope, because I gotta take this back. And the guilt started eating me up. So I walk back to the store, and Cousin K and Cousin B, we're all together. So they're just looking at me like, what the hell what is she doing? And so I walk back to the store and go back to the little chip stand, and like right after I take the chips out of my overalls and put them back where I got them and go to leave the store, because I'm like, nope, I'm over this. I don't want to steal. I brought it back. The man stops me right in my tracks. He's like, chip teeth. That's what they used to call me, chip teeth. And actually, fun fact, that store is still in that neighborhood. And I am almost 35 years old now. But I haven't changed much since I was a kid. Except, growing up, my face is, everything's basically the same except adulthood. To this day, when I go in that store, he calls me chip thief. And it's funny to me because it just reminds me of the story. But anyway, right when I'm out the door, bam, he's like, where are you going, chip thief? And I'm like, I'm going home. And he was like, I see you steal. And I was like, no, you didn't see me steal anything. There's nothing. You could check me. And I'm letting him check me. But I'm not like confessing that I bought something back, because I'm like, oh crap. The crap hit the fan. Like, I'm for sure getting a whooping. My mom's gonna tear my ass up if I don't cover this up somehow. So he's like, you don't come back to my store. Mind you, my mom sends us to the store for everything because it was like a mini little mercado supermarket type of establishment. So she would send me, even without cousin B and cousin K, all the time because I'm the one that lived over there. So I'm like, oh, shoot. Wait, I can't. I'm like, what do you mean I can't come to the store? He's like, you not ever come back to store, cheap thief. And so when I got home, like, I'm like, okay, cool, because I'm not thinking I'm about to have to go back to the store for nothing that day. So I'm like, okay, by the time I go back to the store in a couple days, by the time my mama sends me for something, I'll probably be able to finagle my way where he'll let me go, and then I don't have to tell my mama what I did. And it won't be no conversation. I'll get away with it. Like, I'll be a smooth criminal. Nope. I get home, like right when we walk back in the door, my mom's like, I need you to, or no, it wasn't, it was because cousin G sent us the first time. So when we walk in the door, my mom's like, G, I need you to go to the store for something. It was something to do with something they ran out and they had it at the store. So I'm like that, you know, that feeling in the inside of you when you're like, oh, shit, I'm screwed. So me trying to like not get in trouble because my mom, Deanna, and them whoopings, there was no game. No game, okay? So I'm like, how? What can I tell her to make her not send me to this store, but not tell her what I've done? So I stupidly, because kids, we think we're smart when we really be doing, like, the lies make it worse. I feel like if I had just told my mom the truth, she'd just beat me. And then she probably would have went and talked to the man, made me go talk to the man again, apologize again, even though I got caught putting something back. But it would have been done. But no, what does Jeannie do? Jeannie looks dead at my mom's eyes. It's like, he told me I can't come back to the store. I don't even remember what the reason I told her. I was like, he just doesn't like me. He said I could never come in there again. And blah, blah, blah. So my mom doesn't even react. She's like, oh, that's what he said. I'm going to go find out what's going on. But cousin G's boyfriend apparently had issues with this man in the past. So when I tell them whatever story, because I don't remember, like, I'm not going to lie, I don't remember what I told them. I know it wasn't nothing like overly dramatic, because I'm not the type of person that will lie like that or make it about race or anything serious, whatever. It was probably just like, he just told me I can't come back to the store. He doesn't like me, and he thinks I was doing something I wasn't doing, something like that, which is, for the most part, it was for the most part the truth, even though I really had stolen something out of there and bought it back. So anyway, cousin G's boyfriend, I guess I had an issue with this man in the past. He flares up. He's a big dude. He was, you know, at that point, he was like, besides my godfather, he was like the only male figure I was around a lot. So he didn't really like, because I was more sensitive than the other kids. Like, cousin K was a G, cousin B was a G, I was not a G. So I think he just took it like, oh, the man's picking on her or whatever. So he goes up there. He's a big, like, gangster looking dude. And goes up there, and I'm terrified. Like, the whole walk around the corner, back around the corner, because all the adults, I think except my mom had to stay because there was still kids at the house. Because like I said, there was a whole birthday party going on. So like, all the adults beside my mom are on this march around the corner to the store. When I tell you, and cousin K and cousin B are coming too. And they'll have these looks of pissness on their face because they already know what the deal is. And that it was like that. They don't care that I'm about to get in trouble, but they care because they know once I get in trouble and everything comes out, that they're about to get in trouble too. So they're looking at me like, you know, when we get you alone, it's going to be honest popping, and I'm terrified because I'm like, oh, these adults are all finna find out that I'm lying. Like, why I just lie? I'm not trying to snitch on them or whatever. And I think, too, that was a part of the reason I lied, because I was like, well, if I tell the truth that I was doing it, then it's going to come out they were doing it, because he saw them, too. And like, I think to this day, well, I know the last time, like I said, I don't talk to cousin B anymore. But I know like the last time me and her had a conversation about it, she's still like, oh, you play victim, blah, 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 which is, you know, not true. Like, I really didn't want them to get in trouble either. And so I was just trying to figure out anything to say so that we all could get away like scot-free, because there was no way for me to like give myself up and not give them up. And I'm no about no snitching and whatever. So it was just, it is what it is. But around that whole walk around the corner, they're giving me death looks. And then I'm like crumbling on the inside because I already know that this man is finna tell what really happened. There might actually be an altercation before this even happens, because I'm telling you, like, Cousin G's boyfriend was rest to go. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm finna get beat and ground for the rest of my life. And I didn't even, and that's all I was thinking. I didn't even get the satisfaction of keeping the chips. I should have just kept the chips. But we get around the corner. Sure enough, there's almost a physical confrontation. And right when Cousin G's boyfriend is about to attack this man, that's when he comes out and was like, the kid, they were stealing. And I caught them stealing. That's why I told her she can't come back to my store. So then, you know, I get fussed at by Cousin G's boyfriend. Yeah, that's it, because it was just Cousin G and her boyfriend. Actually, my Aunt V stayed at the house with my mom too. So then they know, Cousin G knows that Cousin B, which is her daughter, did stuff, and they're basically on the way. When we're coming back to my house, we're on the way to get snitched on to my mom and Aunt V, and it's about to be ass whoopings all around. So I'm not happy about the fact I have to go home. I think, like, in a moment, I was like, can I just, like, run away and hide for a couple hours until everybody's gone, so I don't have to face my mama? Because nothing is worse than getting punished, and except getting punished in front of people. And even though they were, like, my cousins, and there's other kids around that I know, like, come on, like, nobody wants to get punished in front of anybody. That's humiliating. And even when y'all getting punished together, no. So I was just trying to figure out how I can hide. So when Cousin G and Cousin G's boyfriend come in the house, I just run straight to my room. I don't say nothing to my mama. I don't even look at my mama. I'm like, let me find the fastest exit to a room away from her, because she's about to murder me. And so they tell her what happened. That disbands the party. Everybody, Cousin K goes home with Aunt V, and Cousin B goes home with Cousin G and her boyfriend. And I'm just left by myself. And I got the brake speed off of me. And Cousin B and Cousin K were mad at me for a minute. And like I said, they still are like, oh, you just, like, I snitched on them or something. Like, my dog, I didn't snitch. Like, I got caught. We was all going to get told on anyway once they went to the store. But people have different interpretations of stuff. But that's what happened. So, yeah, we all got in trouble. But the part that gets brought up every year is because my mom, she was mad. And I don't know. I think my mom just used what happened to get out of having, because she had told my brother he could have a sleepover. Because like I said, all this was going on. It was my brother's birthday. I don't remember what birthday of his it was, but he was supposed to have a sleepover with his little friend. He was still at that age where he was having sleepovers with his little homeboys or whatever. So a couple of kids were supposed to spend the night at our house. That my mom canceled all that, and I don't even think she ever like let him do it. She said, I remember she saying to him, and then they like hurried everything up because of what happened. They sang and they cut the cake and stuff. But after that, my mom, like, everybody was sent home because of what happened. They still like put a damper mood on things or whatever. So she canceled the sleepover. Now, could she have just did what she needed to do with me, and then my brother have his friends over, and I just be punished in my room? Because I wasn't finna be kicking it with them. No way. I don't. want to hang out with my brother's friends. And then my sister, you know, me and my sister still shared a room. We was about to be in our room anyway, and he was about to be chilling with his homies in his room or in the living room or wherever she was about to put him. She could have let him have his sleepover, but no, she canceled it. So every year I have to hear about his canceled birthday party, and that his birthday party got canceled because I was stealing. Which, I apologize to him. That's my little brother. I love my little brother. But I can't help what my mom does. So, that is the story of the first time that I stole, like, on the liver where I got caught, basically. And yeah, I don't know. Like, I guess it didn't teach me my lesson too bad, because when I got older, I stole. But in that, I did out of necessity, because there was periods when I was like homeless and stuff like that. A lot of stuff happened in my life. So there's been times that I stole out of necessity. And then I realized, even in that time, I'm still that chick that I got whooped for putting stuff back. Because, like, I would take stuff that I needed, and then, like, when I would get money, I would go in the store and be like, oh yeah, such and such months ago, I came in here and I took this. I was homeless, blah, blah, blah. And I really needed it. And I don't have any money. Now I have money. I want to just pay for it. And the cashiers would look at me like I was crazy. And now, like, I understand why. But it just made me realize, like, dude, you learned nothing. You're still a horrible, like, liar. You just don't need to do stuff. And if you do, you don't need to go back and tell them. But I don't know. Like, I feel like my mom should be proud. Like, you raised me right. So I'm going to do my dirt. But I'm going to tell people that I did it. Which don't make no sense. But anyway, I'm going to finish my sushi, because I am starving. And I don't really like doing much things, because I was always taught, like, you're not supposed to talk and, like, eat and stuff. But people do them all the time. I'm hungry. I like to try things. So, yeah. And then I think apparently I'm supposed to have, like, way more food than this. But it's just me. So I was like, no. Let's keep it cute. Eat some sushi. Tell a little cute funny story. And that's it. But anyway, thank you for watching this video. Thank you to those of you who are subscribed, that rock with me week to week. I really appreciate that. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch these videos, because you could be doing other stuff. Ain't nobody gotta watch me. But I just want to thank you guys for that. And like the video if you like it. Comment what you would like to see in the comment box, or your thoughts about my story time. And subscribe if you're not subscribed. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.